What's going on, guys? Welcome into the Lakers Report. My name is Patrick Seatman. I'll be hosting today's show as D'Angelo Russell. He may want to stay in Los Angeles past this season. We'll dive into that report that we got from him himself. And then also, the Lakers are hot right now. They're on a 5-game winning streak. Got big-time wins against the Grizzlies last night. And then that huge comeback victory against the Milwaukee Bucks where Anthony Davis just absolutely dominated. So I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on those two victories. Let's just start off with what D'Angelo Russell had to say. Is all signs are pointing that he wants to stay in LA, and should the Lakers re-sign the star guard who has been on an absolute tear since the NBA trade deadline. And this is what D'Angelo Russell actually had to say about his future in the NBA. He said, "I'd love to be here and continue to give it a run and be where my feet are now." So clearly, D'Lo, he has some interest in returning. This could have been also just talk, like you're in the middle of a season. You don't want to come out and say anything like, oh, you're looking towards, free agency this upcoming summer. It's going to be also just talk from him. But I do believe that D'Lo would want to stay in Los Angeles because he's playing some of the best basketball of his career so far. And, ever since that trade deadline, when we heard countless rumors around, the Lakers possibly trading off D'Angelo Russell, then he comes back and he's just been on an absolute tear. And that was season stats in 32 minutes a night, averaging 18, 3.1 rebounds, 6.4 assists, and the efficiency is incredible, especially from downtown, shooting the ball 42.3% from beyond the arc this season. I give a lot of this credit to LeBron James. He has been, completely elevating D'Lo's game, but you also got to give credit to D'Lo because he has been shooting the lights out of the basketball and just overall playing, I think, some of his best ball of his career. But I'll give you guys my answer here in a second, but I want to ask you guys, would you re-sign D'Angelo Russell? Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys would do. Personally, I would actually let D'Lo walk. All those things I was just saying about D'Lo, he's playing the best basketball of his career. He's playing great here in LA, especially post-trade deadline. I get that. But, the thing is with Los Angeles is that they need a big-time guard here, especially with LeBron James kind of having one foot out the door right now. Eventually Father Time is going to come knocking on that shoulder, and I think the Lakers need a bigger star next to Anthony Davis. And that star could be Trae Young, who could be available in a trade this offseason. We heard reports around the NBA trade deadline that Atlanta could make Young open in a big-time move, and I think Los Angeles makes a ton of sense. So let's talk about that here for a little bit because, like I was just saying, I think LeBron James, eventually Father Time's going to tap him on the shoulder and is going to be out of Los Angeles. So what should the Lakers start doing? Look at a new big three or a new 1-2 combo that you could have, and I think a great option would be Trae Young and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis kind of being that anchor defensively, that, big time, big that we have in the league. And then Trae Young just being like the total, just like he can spam the same move over again, spam pick and rolls, and just create open looks over and over again. I think he's really one of the more underrated players we have in the league. The efficiency has always been an issue for Trae Young, but his volume is so high that I don't necessarily put, too much stock in it. But if you could add another star guard in LA, I would be all in. And in terms of other free agent options, maybe it's not Trae Young. Maybe the Lakers strike out on him and they strike out on bringing D'Angelo Russell back. Well, they got some other solid options. I absolutely love Tyus Jones, one of the best assist to turnover ratio guys that we've ever seen in NBA history. You got Spencer Dinwiddie as well. He hit a couple big shots against the Bucks. I don't really think the Lakers are going to be too interested in bringing him back. But then you got Aaron Holiday out of Houston and then Markelle Fultz, who's playing down there in Orlando, which actually still love Markelle Fultz. I think he's still got a lot of potential left in his game. But it gets me to this point. The Lakers need a star point guard in Los Angeles. It just would feel right to have Trae Young, Anthony Davis playing in the big-time stage in Staples or Crypto, whatever you guys want to call it now. But, I think it would make a whole lot of sense for the Lakers to go target Trae Young, pair him up with Anthony Davis. You have Austin Reeves. You still got guys like Rui, on the outsides. Jared Vanderbilt, once he comes back next season, I think it'd be a great move for the Lakers. Just going to come down to see if they have the draft capital and just overall trade haul to match what Atlanta would want. Now, coming up here in a second, I'm going to be diving into the Bucks and Grizzlies game, just giving you guys my thoughts on that because the Lakers are definitely turning a page here. But I do want to first give a big-time shout-out to today's sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. If you guys download the Prize Picks app, Use promo code CLNS. We're going to hook you guys up with a first deposit match up to $100. Even though the football season is over, the action on the hardwood is heating up. March Madness games are picking back up tonight with the Sweet 16. You also got the NBA playoffs just around the corner, so there's no better time to download Prize Picks, start playing, start creating the lineups, and it's super easy. All you're going to do is pick more or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you guys can start seeing the cash rolling today. Even though a lot of these games during March Madness have been a blowout, I've been still enjoying every minute of it with Prize Picks. You can follow your lineup throughout the entire game, and even in a 20-point blowout, I'm still looking at some player stat projections that I'm following along with. So make sure you guys download the app today. Use promo code CLNS. We'll hook you guys up with a first deposit match up to $100. It's Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. I'll put that link for you guys in the comment section and description of today's show. Check it out. Download Prize Picks. I promise you, you guys will be just as addicted as I am. So it started off talking about the Lakers-Bucks game from a couple days ago, where the Lakers came down from 20 plus, or came back from 20 plus to get a big-time victory on the road, on the road when they won in Milwaukee, 128-124. And Anthony Davis, we'll talk about him in a second, but he was just dominant. But D'Angelo Russell, him giving you 29 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds. Austin Reeves also having a big-time game with 29 points, 14 boards, and 10 assists. You also had Giannis for the Bucks having another classic Giannis 20-20 game. And then Damian Lillard, I thought he was good down the stretch, but obviously Anthony Davis got the best of him at the end of regulation when he sent his shot into the third row, which is who I want to kind of give a lot of credit to, because, you know, when Anthony Davis, when he is locked in on the defensive side of the floor, you know, you could go Wemby, you could go Gobert, but personally for me, I would choose Anthony Davis over any other defender in the league just because of his versatility on the perimeter, the ability to switch out on the ones and the twos. Then he also has elite rim protection on the back end. He truly is an anchor, because your guards can get beat off the dribble all they want. They still got to deal with Anthony Davis at the rim. And just like that play, end of regulation, Damian Lillard comes off that dribble handoff, tries to attack left, kind of goes for like a scoop kind of layup on the left side. Anthony Davis just sent it out of here. Just shows his range, his versatility. And when he's locked in and he's bringing it defensively, there may be no other better defender in the entire league. But I want to show him some love on today's show. Show the big fella your support by typing those ADs. Show Anthony Davis some love down below, because, man, when he's hot, there may be none other better than Anthony Davis. And that win versus the Bucks was just massive for the playoff race, because the Lakers right now are on a 5-game winning streak, and they're actually only a game and a half now outside of the 8th seed, chasing the Sacramento Kings, who did lose last night. So they have a chance to catch them, and I think that would be huge, because then that would give the Lakers 2 opportunities to make the playoffs. You know, if they could get to that 8, play the Suns in the first play-in game, maybe they get a victory, then they would have to go against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Thunder, Nuggets in round 1. But then even if you lose that game, you would then get the Warriors or the Kings at home in Los Angeles, which I would actually bet my money on the Lakers handling that. But the next 4 games are huge, because you got 4 games left here on this road trip, and I think the Lakers should turn this 5-game winning streak into a 9-game winning streak. You got to handle biz against the Indiana Pacers. You got to be more extra juice in that game, considering they have gotten the best of you a couple of times this season. Brooklyn Nets, they're kind of mailing it in for the season. Should be a win. Same with Toronto. And the Wizards are one of the biggest jokes of an NBA team we have seen over the past couple of years. But let's talk about the Grizzlies game to round out today's show last night, because the Lakers look good. I mean, you put up 136 points. The Lakers offense has been on fire over the last couple of weeks, you know, shooting the hell out of the ball from downtown, 18 of 33 from beyond the arc. And a big reason of that was Rui Hachimura. You know, I call Rui a poor man's Aaron Gordon. I don't think he's as athletic as he is, but he does very similar things. He's a great cutter, and he's great at knocking down that open shot. And that's what he did last night, going 7 of 8 from downtown. And now kick it to old father time himself, LeBron James. Another triple-double for LBJ last night, scoring 23 points, 14 boards, 12 assists on only 14 shots. But that's the part I love the most, only taking 1 3. LeBron, he is having a career shooting year from downtown, but I still think he is at his best when he is getting downhill, putting pressure on the rim, getting the defense in rotation, and getting his teammates open shots. And he was throwing a lot of lobs to Jackson Hayes last night. They had that little pick-and-roll game going. LeBron would hit the lane, throw it up to Jackson Hayes in the dunker spot. And I'll tell you what, he is a freak athlete every single time I watch him play. Big-time potential there. Just going to see if he can just continue to develop, and I think he could be a starting center in this league. But Austin Reeves, wasn't a great shooting night for him last night. but he got it done. I mean, 13 points, 11 assists. Something about Austin Reeves playing in Memphis that he just likes. I just throw it back to last year when he's running down the court screaming, "I'm him" in the camera. It was just another classic Reeves game. But his running mate, D'Angelo Russell, another great game. I mean, D'Lo has just been that great third option for Los Angeles, and that's what they needed out of him. I think LA was still looking for either Reeves or D'Lo to step up and be that true third scoring option. Honestly, be the second scoring option ahead of LeBron James. And he's done that. Another 23-point outing for him. But Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench. If the Lakers could get this Dinwiddie for a couple playoffs games, I think it would just obviously help their case to win that series, because I can already see it now. You have that Dinwiddie game where you're like, oh, when did the Lakers get Spencer Dinwiddie, this season? I just have that kind of thought in my head. But also Taurean Prince. He knocked down a couple open shots tonight. And it's just overall, like, when the Lakers are just getting that ball flying because of LeBron James, because of Anthony Davis, they can just knock down open threes, at a pretty damn high level. And, last night, would have liked to see defensively the Lakers be a little bit more locked in. But no Anthony Davis, I don't really think it's the biggest deal in the world. But let me know, will the Lakers make the NBA playoffs? 5-game winning streak right now, 4 games left on this road trip. Will the Lakers be in the playoffs when it comes around? Give me a P for playoffs or give me an M for miss. Now, if we get any injury updates around Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, about them potentially returning this season, we will have a video for you guys ASAP. So hit that subscribe button, lock us in. See y'all next time. Go Lakers.